Well, a few of the firms are talking about relocating, like Coinbase. Obviously, Binance famously doesn't have any headquarters. But Cathy was quite right to say that clarity in regulation is a precursor to any definite moves. And we can't have clarity in regulation until we know what crypto are. I mean, some crypto are securities, and the SEC case is really going to hinge on whether they're able to classify at least some of those 67 products as securities. But others, ADA, SOL, what we call the native tokens, really are fundamentally commodities. And yes, they're traded in investment ways, but they have features of commodities, they have features of Forex, they're cryptocurrencies after all. But until we have this new type of product, it's not an equity, it's not a bond, it's not a commodity, it's a crypto. And that will have to come first, and then we might get some proper regulation, maybe an international body will, like the BCBS, that's what we need.
I wanted just to probe a little bit further on that, because it does feel as though the SEC is going after ground here. It wants to claim that the crypto landscape and regulate it. Does that mean it will take that edge globally, that it will be setting the seat now for global crypto regulation, that other jurisdictions could just end up following the SEC? Well, I'm not sure the SEC are going to succeed. Binance have very deep pockets, and I'm not too sure about the financing of the SEC. After all, it comes from traditional finance, from equity firms. And the SEC has spent so much against Ripple trying to classify that as a security. And with the House and documents, it may well be that Ripple win after 3 years, and they've spent a lot of money. So I'm not at all sure that the SEC case will succeed.
Carol, very good to see you today. Look, you are an eminent expert. I'm just looking back at all the things you've been doing over your career. Extraordinary. But your latest book is Corruption and Fraud in Financial Markets. Just a simple question. Is Gary Gensler right? Is this an industry with hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists and Ponzi schemes? Absolutely. There are bad players everywhere. Not to say that there aren't bad players in other markets, but the number of bad players in crypto. Crypto today is not what crypto will be in the future. We must have crypto. We can't have the digital economy without blockchain. We can't have blockchain without crypto. So it must be regulated properly. And at that point, we'll only have a few bad players, not so many as we have now. Yeah, and the problem I find, and I've had since day one of crypto, Carol, is that the people who are saying it is going to be a fantastic means of exchange and an asset store of value for us over the medium to long term, they're the people who want it to go up to 100,000, 250,000, goodness knows where to the upside. Whereas if it's going to be a store of value, or indeed if it's going to be a means of exchange, it can't go in one direction all the time. It has to have a stable price so that people trust it as a means of exchange. This is the dichotomy, the ridiculousness of the message I'm hearing from these people. Well, you see, because of the lack of regulation, people are playing on these exchanges like, a couple of football teams firing off cannons every time there's a bit of potentially bad news to push the market down, and then buying the dip and then putting it up. Or if there's a little bit of potentially good news, they'll fire the cannon the other way, north, and then they'll sell the top. And this creates a lot of volatility. You may think there's not much volatility going on. I heard you say that at the beginning. But intraday, the price is fluctuating a lot. It's just being traded. People are trading the volatility because you've got professional traders that were doing things that they would be put in jail for if they did in other markets. And they do that on the Binance Tether Perpetual. That's where all the action is.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.